my name's Malini Saba. I'm the founder and chairman of Saba Group of companies, as well as Ananke Foundation, Saba Charitable Foundation. Today, I've been asked to kind of give my input about should young girls carry their own condoms. It's a very controversial topic, I think, for many, based on their religious beliefs and cultural beliefs. But I think in this modern age where things are changing rapidly, I do believe that young girls and young ladies should always carry their own protection. Have personally, I feel that we should really wait till we're a little older before we have any sexual experience, mainly because I think emotionally some of us are not ready, and this could turn out to be quite disastrous if we're not, really psychologically ready for it. But having said that, in order to protect ourselves, young women, we against venereal diseases such as chlamydia, gonorrhea, herpes, AIDS, it's important that you carry your own protection always. And it also, on the flip side, men or boys should never think that just because a girl is taking the pill or carrying her condom, that she's ready and easygoing and wanting sex, because that's the very ridiculous mentality of many cultures and how boys have been brought up. A girl taking her own decision on whether she's ready to have sex or not and carrying protection is her right to be able to be prepared, because she's not there to have sex and then get pregnant. And I think having a condom prevents you from getting pregnant as well as getting a disease. You're going to hear from a lot of my colleagues today on their point of view in this episode, so I would love your feedback.
Hello, my name is Dr. Jenny Hake. I am an obstetrician and gynecologist here in California. I really think it's important for young girls and women to carry condoms because it's a way for you to protect yourself against two things. One, an unplanned pregnancy, and number two, sexually transmitted diseases. Even if you have some other form of contraception without a condom, there's really nothing that keeps you from potentially getting a sexually transmitted disease that may be with you for your entire life. So I tell my patients every time they come to visit, it's important to have contraception, but it's very important to carry condoms to prevent the potential transmission of a sexually transmitted disease. I also try to tell my patients that it's an empowering thing when you're in control and you can take care of yourself and not rely on your partner to have a condom available. So it's very important for you to carry a condom for your health and for your well-being.
Greetings, my name is Andres. I have a son who's 7 years old, and I have a daughter who will be 2 this year. I also have a next child on the way who will be born in November, December. I am a musician, touring a singer for many years now, and I've worked in the media world for about 8 years in production. Now on to the question, should young girls carry condoms as a precautionary measure? I say yes. It's something that you never know what's going to happen, and you might as well have one just in case. An interesting thing to note is that on my touring the last few years, I've noticed that women in Europe oftentimes carry condoms just regularly. So it's not something that strange to them. It's something that I've seen more often than not. So most women will just have a condom in their purse, or if they're at their house, they'll have it by their bedside table. It's just something I believe might have been instilled in schools or by their mothers. I have no idea, but it's something that at first I found strange, because in America, where I'm born and raised, I had never experienced that, right? It was always the man who had to carry the condom. But yeah, I think it's a good idea because young girls want to experience life. They feel the moment. They want to experience this, an intimate moment with a man. You don't want to just take any kind of risk, right? Because there's too many diseases, too much out there that you can catch, and it's not worth it, right? Just for one night of enjoyment, or 30 minutes of enjoyment, you catch something that will last with you for life. It's not worth it. So yeah, I say bring them with you. Always have them, and it doesn't mean that anything about your character, that you're quote unquote loose, or that you're a hoe, right? It just means that you're ready for anything, and if you choose to go down that route with someone, that you are taking those necessary measures to make sure that you stay safe, right? And you don't regret it later, in that sense, because that's something you'll have to deal with for a long time, if not for life. So yeah, that's my take on it. So stay safe out there and don't take any unnecessary risks, okay? Especially when it comes to sex.
Hi, my name is Elvia. I'm an executive out of Los Angeles, California. I'm also a Latina, and I'm here to share with you my opinion of whether young women, including adolescent girls, should carry condoms. My opinion is yes, you should always carry condoms. You should always be in control of your sexuality. I know culturally speaking, as a Latina, it's not acceptable to have sex before marriage. At any point, you could be 28 years old and not be married, and it's frowned upon. But I do know that as young women and even adolescents, we sometimes engage in sexual activity, and the most important thing is always protect yourself. You are in control of your life. You are in control of your sexuality. You are in control of your health. And you should always, always, always have a condom with you, whether you never use it. But in the event that you decide to engage in sexual activity, you will always be able to protect yourself.
My name is Valeria. I'm a UCLA grad student. And the posed question is, do I believe young women should carry condoms with them? First, I must disclose, I do not believe that the act of carrying condoms in any way reveals a woman's private sexual life. Such presumptions reinforce dangerous taboos that prevent women from taking agency over their own bodies, sexuality, and overall well-being. So yes, I do believe women, young women, and old women should carry condoms with them. Carrying condoms is a healthy and powerful way to prioritize your health and your future.
Hello, my name is Desmond. I'm a Gulf War era disabled U.S. Navy corpsman. I'm also a veteran. The corpsmen are the medical division of the U.S. Navy and the U.S. Marine Corps. I have 4 amazing children, 1 beautiful girl and 3 handsome boys. I've been working with children for the past 20 years, mostly the at-risk population, but diverse populations beyond that. One of my first positions where I work with at-risk populations is where I worked for Billy Casper Golf Management. I was the head golf pro, and I worked with inner city kids, and the program was called Hook a Kid on Golf. And we taught young people introduction to golf, the rules, etiquette, and different life skills. The next opportunity I had, I was a lead professional at Smart School Charter School, and that was another at-risk population. There I ran a national nonprofit, and it was based around the game of golf as well, but this program was owned by the PGA, so it was, and the PGA Tour, and it was an amazing program, national, global program with a lot of impact. I then ran my own program and to open up a program with 3 participants and grew it to over 200 participants. And that program is named Life Sports Fitness. And it was based around 4 core sports, life skills, core values, and we grew it to about 15 different sports and opportunities. I then became the COO of Necessities for Children, where we're now doing a tech program, bringing tech programs to inner city at-risk populations from the ages 5 and up. Do I think girls should carry condoms as a precaution for themselves? I do agree to this. As I mentioned, my medical background, I proceed everything with first do no harm, and leading your life with protection and thinking of others is always how I lead. So I feel very comfortable with having young girls carry that to protect themselves. Thank you.
Good day. As a father of daughters, I'm close to my sister, I'm close to my mother, and quite frankly have fought for women's causes for quite some time. So do I think young women should carry condoms as a precaution? Absolutely yes. Again, your body, your choice. The irony of all this is we promote young men in a favorable way, whether it's through media, whether it's through our teachings. Yet when it comes to young women, it's almost like a deterrent or a negative. Newsflash.
Well, you've heard from all my colleagues about this topic, and I hope that you engage and let us know your feelings. And I know they will all it'll be covering positives and negatives, but it's a topic that needs to be discussed. And always remember that, like boys, girls have rights. They're equal, and they also have needs, and thus they need to be protected. Thank you. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.